Yes, it did.
Now we just need to spam everywhere else. If only it would let me.
If only the woodpepper cried.
Right. Oh man, I had something written up and everything. God damn it. Self-promo.
So how long have you been streaming?
Just a couple of months, actually. I mean, I've been on Twitch. I had a name before this. It was the official MF CEO.
Okay.
And I was cool with keeping that name until my son was sitting here and we were doing something with Roblox. And one of my buddies came on and was like, yo, it's the motherfucking CEO. And my son just kind of gave me the stank eye. Like, that's what MF stands for. I was like, well, that name's tainted. So when I got Rogueone, he knows Rogueone because his aunt is a huge Star Wars fan. I like watching it too, but I mean, she could tell you things that I would have never seen or had to watch a couple of times to get it. And yeah, so he's just like, Rogueone, I love that movie, and I'm like, yes.
It's a great movie. Honestly, it's like the better movies that have come out from that whole thing.
Oh yeah, I always say that's out of all the newer ones, that's the most Star Wars one out of all of them.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it came out. It was supposed to take place between two movies, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Between 3 and 4.
It ends where 4 picks up.
Right. I can't keep them straight. I've been trying to explain that 4, 5, and 6 are actually 1, 2, and 3, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "No, you got it. They're backwards." They're like, "That doesn't make sense." I'm like, "It does if you watch them all."
It does if you watch them all. No, that doesn't make any sense. If you haven't
learned this by now, there's no hope for you.
Hey, Rogue, can I post in the Going Live channel in your Discord?
Yeah, man.
Perfect.
Have at it.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir. We have a list of Discord. There it is. All right, all 9 Discords hit. We're good to go now. It's an obscene amount, dude.
I'll bring as much traffic as possible. That's the goal.
Oh, dude, the love has been coming my way. I thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Of course. We're a very giving community, and that's what we want to build. That's why we've started talking to streamers. I mean, if you listen to the earlier Circle the Jerks episode, is just Ethan, myself, and one of our old guest hosts who no longer around due to creative differences, and their workload was kind of heavy, so we decided to go in a different direction.
I gotcha. Yeah,
too much work, guys.
I only started getting real serious about streaming a couple months ago, just because there's a guy that I started following. I was watching him play, and he made it look so easy. And I'm like, you know what? I listen to Twitch all the time because when I go to bed, it's kind of crazy, but I like to listen to ASMR because I'm just like the fan noise and the white noise in the background. So that channel just has a lot of that.
Yeah.
And the women ain't bad to look at either. But so I already knew a lot about Twitch and how the platform worked. But so then when I decided to actually go like full-time stream, like I already had the supercomputer because I built it for my business. I already had the dual screen set up. I had the capture card. I had all this stuff because I didn't know if I would need it or not. So when I actually decided that my love for gaming was going to go further, I already had all the components. So I was just like, what the hell? They're all just collecting dust. Why not? So that's what I did. My game of choice though is Marbles on Stream.
I've seen that.
It's very community oriented. I like grinding, like playing with it, being the viewer side, and then I also like the community side, which is from the streamer, and being able to like interact with the people that are coming and dropping their balls on your course.
Phrasing. Sorry.
Just giving the old tea bag real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, they dropped it. You know, if you're tilting, there's two different times. There's tilting, and then there's just regular racing marbles. The tilting, you control the track, but you don't control the marbles. And then the regular racing is just you drop your marble and hope for the best.
Yeah, of course. I've played a little bit. I didn't even know it was free, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah. I'd searched forever to find out where it was at. And I was just like, I gave up one day and I was like, can anybody tell me where this thing's at? They're like, it's on Steam. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? like, I have all these games on Steam. I would have never even looked there.
Dude, I have so many games on Steam, and I've only played like 7 or 9 of them.
Yeah. I find one with a good deal, and I'm like, oh, I'll play that eventually, and it never happens. Or I play a couple minutes of it, and then I put it down for something, and then something else catches my eye, like another shiny object. And...
Squirrel! What?
Yeah. No. So.
Ooh, spooky. Alright, welcome everyone to the Circle of Jerks. I am your host, Peach Z. I am joined here by Crazy EB. What's up, Crazy? Crazy, can you hear me? Crazy.
I lost audio.
Oh no. He's working through some technical difficulties, but we are joined by the rebel scum, Rogueone. How are you doing, Rogue?
I'm doing fine, man. How about yourself?
Doing alright. You know, just chilling. It's been a good, productive Wednesday.
Yeah. Happy hump day.
Yeah, happy hump day. You know,
What day is it?
It's
I'll
hump
never
day.
get old. Ever.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I mean, it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Especially the fact that it just never gets old.
No, it just never gets old.
You know what else never gets old? That's what she said jokes, phrasing jokes,
Your mom jokes.
your mom jokes, humble your mom jokes, mind you. Your mom's so nice, she's gonna feed all of us later.
Yeah.
Crazy, you there? Can you hear us yet?
Yeah, sorry.
Hey.
Just a slight feedback issue on my end.
Ooh, I'm sorry. You good?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm hearing a slight do y'all hear a slight feedback from me?
No, we
No.
don't.
I'm not wearing earphones. Are you guys cool with my audio?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're great on my end.
Okay, good.
Oh, here's a good one by no, this is NJ. Yo mama's so broke, even her baloney has no first name. Wait a minute, that's from Shark Tale. Wait, Shark Bait. Ooh haha.
That's awesome.
Fuck, Shark Tale, right?
Even your baloney don't have a first.
My favorite Your Mama joke was, Your mama's so big, she got 3 zip codes.
Very rich people got the Kool-Aid.
So what's up, Rogueone? How are you doing today?
I'm better. I'm doing better. Unfortunately, we couldn't get together last week on circumstances.
No, and I mean, it's totally fine. I'm just glad that your family is good.
Sure. No, they're good. They're healthy. Everybody's fine. Everybody's left what they came with. And, so yeah, it's actually been a very, very good day. I got my son. I don't get the chance to see him at homeschool very much. So today was the day I got to actually sit behind him all day, watch exactly what he does, and just kind of sit back and take it in, seeing how well, like, my son has progressed, from a baby coming out of the womb to now where he can actually read full sentences, comprehend, and kind of fill timelines. And I'm just like,
real quick question. How old's your son?
He will turn 8 on Christmas.
Dude, my son's turning 8 in January, and I am going to the exact same thing. Like, I've known this kid since he was like forearm long, right? and all of a sudden you're like, Jesus Christ, you turned into a real human being. I mean, not that you weren't
know.
before.
Like poking it, like, are you mine?
Are you mine? Where's the brand? I put a Sharpie mark on him. Do you know where it went? Did it wash out?
Where's the camera? This is a joke, right?
No, dude, I know the same feeling. And one thing I had to do recently is send my son back to school. We noticed that his education was starting to drop a little bit, and so far he's receiving that well, you know.
Yeah.
But it's still like a little worrisome, but nevertheless, like I get you. Like I
mean, you want me to be the teacher? I'll teach.
Sound close.
Good luck. I just want to say good luck. What's up, Jay? Wait till they turn 14 and they're a literal clone of you. This little kid's already a little clone of me. He's already quoting me in certain spots.
Seriously, he's doing the same shit that I get pissed off about, like when my wife would yell at me about. I'll look at him, I'm like, I did that, didn't I? She's like, oh, Michael. I didn't teach him that, I promise.
This is where the good old classic phrase comes into play. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes.
You can't tell me what to do, Dad, right?
Yeah.
God damn it, if I tell you to wipe your ass, you wipe your ass.
I haven't reached that stage in my life yet, so I can't add to this conversation.
I mean, all jokes aside, though, it is like people, you always said, like, you know, being a parent, like one of the greatest joys in the world. And even though it's got a lot of downs, the ups are so much heavier and brighter and fulfilling. I wouldn't change it for the world, no matter how much hair I lose over this.
Man. Okay.
And he actually had the card against him early on. He was 15 months old. He got diagnosed with craniostenosis, which is the sagittal line in your skull. It was fused before he was born. So when he was born, he couldn't come out, and they had to do an emergency C-section. Ooh. And the doctors were just like, it happens. And but as he was getting older, his head started taking the form of like Alien, you know, where like his forehead was protruding and the back started coming instead of it coming out this way. And the pediatrician didn't catch it right away, and we were fighting over it because we're like, look, the kid doesn't look normal, like something's wrong. So we went up to Hershey Medical Center in Pennsylvania, and they were just like, no, this is a classic case. Like we could see it as soon as he walked in. So he, at 22 months, had open skull surgery.
Oh, wow.
He literally took the cap of his skull off, broke it into a couple of pieces, and put it back together with dissolvable screws and plates. They were hard as steel, but they dissolved over 24-month period. So like as these things were dissolving, you'd see one like free floating in his forehead, and we're like, whoa, mole. You know, like,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And then my wife is just like, don't say nothing. I'm like, I can't. It's in the middle of his forehead.
This is the part where you go, hey wife, do you want some guacamole?
But like, we had to get like, this whole specialist to help him, you know, start speaking again, because he couldn't speak. So it was a lot of and but as soon as he had that surgery, the doctors confirmed that it was probably the best thing we could have ever done. And immediately, like literally a couple of days afterwards, he just started right up. His intelligence came, speaking, everything. So it's just amazing to watch. Like, if we wouldn't have made that decision, what could have been to what is now. And I'm just completely blessed, no matter, you know, whatever happens to me in my future. I know that that we at least made the right move for him.
No, definitely. I mean, the only thing you can do is to make sure that you make all the right steps for your children. I get that. I get that. I understand that.
Sure. Any parent would take their children's spot, you know, if they could. He, in 3 days after his surgery, now this kid had open skull surgery. So like, he's got a scar from one side of his ear up and over top of his head to the other side. And you had your head broken, dude. And he gets up and he just wants to start playing. Like, sit down.
Yeah,
like, for me, it'd be like 8 months of the man flu, you know? So, yeah, no, it's great. It's just it's a definitely awesome, and I got the experience sitting behind him, taking because there's no teachers there, and I in January didn't think I was going to take up a second job being a teacher. I mean, my wife, she took the job because she had to. I didn't have that opportunity. I work in construction full time, so I can't do that. But the pandemic hit. They promoted her to stay home and work, so. Okay. She's kind of taken it on it, and I feel bad because I can't contribute. But I got to see what it was like firsthand today, and as much as it sucked, it was also cool. So, yeah, my day's been pretty cool.
Nice. Stressful, but cool. I usually spend my day sitting in front of this desk. I had to look down on it. I forgot. I sometimes forget the words to things, man. This piece of wood. But yeah, I get you.
Yeah. I just sat in my office today. It was an easy day.
Nice. We're entitled to those every once in a while.
Oh, man. Yeah. It was like last week was killer covering for everybody. And it's just this week's today was going smooth. So it was just a nice, easy.
It's a nice
sit there and answer the phone. Easy enough.
What's up, Jay? Hello, I see you in chat.
Hello, people.
What's up, Marie? We're doing pretty good. Right? We're doing good. I answered for everyone.
I work at an electrical contractor. I'm a project manager. So it's pretty much just like, oh, he said what? Okay. I'll be there Tuesday. I'll be there Wednesday.
I work in IT, so anything that I do revolves around either providing something for someone or fixing something for someone else. And I do all of our IT stuff for our projects.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah. So I'm the nerd guy.
I went to into the IT field. I started my associate's degree in hopes to get my bachelor's, but life just kept handing me bad cards, and I just eventually just stopped taking classes. But I did on my own take C and C+ and learn that all by myself.
Nice.
Self-teach YouTube videos. So that's kind of like my only my IT pat on the back.
Realistically, you really don't need a degree in IT to do any of that. You just need certificates and world experience. And I mean, I know C and C++, so.
Right. Yeah, and the funny thing, I put the computers back together and stuff like that, and diagnosed and repaired, and they were like, oh, you should probably go get your A+ cert. I'm like, oh, what's that? And I looked over and I'm like, why do I need to get that certificate just to show I know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars to just be able to put something up under my name saying I got an A+ certificate.
No, I just realized I didn't turn off my AC.
Oh no. So sure. I have to ask. I have to ask. What got you started into streaming?
Well, I've always loved video games, and I'm 37 years old. I don't plan to anytime soon stop playing video games.
Yeah.
I anticipate being that old, cool fucking grandpa. Like, what did you do when you were a kid? Sit down, son, and let me challenge you to some Call of Duty. Back in my day, that's how we used to handle shit around here. So, but I don't ever I love gaming, and I love being able to put my mind in that complex where I got to constantly think about something, because I mean, as you all are aware, it's a lot of hand-eye coordination, and you got to be able to it flows. And I think that helps me on day-to-day stuff, because I'm able to just kind of put things in motion and not actually think about them, because I'm playing video games. So when I first dipped into Twitch, I didn't know about Facebook gaming. It's funny because when I started searching for gaming, that's when all these other gaming things started popping out, because Google knew what the hell I was looking for. But I didn't know about any other Google, like Mixer. I didn't know about the Facebook. I didn't know about other platforms. I just knew about Twitch. And when I started looking around in there and seeing what people were doing, like at first I thought it was kind of silly. And I'm just like, oh, look, it's a bunch of people, just playing video games, and everybody's watching video games, because my son sits on his iPad, sits on YouTube and watches people play video games. And I'm like, what thrill do you get out of that? But now, being on the gamer side, I understand what the thrill is, because you're trying to perform for an audience, theoretically. And when I've seen that, I've always been the class clown. I was never ever afraid to get in front of people or a camera or on the telephone. So it just kind of felt like right, that I could try it and give it a try. And one by one, I just kind of started doing it. Then something else caught my eye. Then something else caught my eye. And then I built the platform. So here I am.
Nice.
What's your first platform? Or I know, because we started on Mixer, and then when Mixer shut down, we moved over.
Yeah, I was a diehard Mixer fan. I was real sad when it died.
See, I don't know anything about Mixer, because I found Twitch and I just kind of dug my heels in and wanted to learn everything about Twitch. And then once I started searching for Discord bots and things like that, then all of a sudden all these other platforms started working up, and I'm just like, I didn't even know about all this stuff. So I just know Mixer is no longer, so I have no idea who it was from, what it was from, or how it worked.
Oh, I can definitely say we've been doing this, since March?
Since March, yeah.
Yeah. And it's been a roller coaster and definitely a learning curve for me, especially with all the you got to learn a little bit of programming, a little bit of social media management. It's just like, oh my God,
it's a little daunting. Yeah.
I'm sure.
And especially, I mean, there's 4 of us more or less doing it. I can't imagine what all a solo streamer has to do by themselves. Sometimes it feels like a full-time job what we do.
Honestly, it takes a village. It really takes a good group of people that you trust. And by the way, quick shout out to everyone in chat, especially you right there, Iron Tech. I see you. He's one of our past guests. Just wanted to quickly say hi to them. And
Iron Tech, did you sync us earlier?
We were playing Sea of Thieves earlier, and Crazy and I were doing a really good job at keeping our ship afloat. I started having network problems, which is why I had to restart my network, and all my IPs got changed, so I need to go and fix those for anything that's related. And all of a sudden, I just see Crazy drop out of our party, both the Xbox Game Bar party and in the game, and I'm like, well, that's pretty much it. Our boat sunk.
I don't know why I restarted. I don't know why. It was I guess my 1X always just randomly restarts. And so then by the time I got up and I walked in here because my phone was on the charger and I responded, I was like, I'm just going to go take a shower. Screw that guy anyway. He ruined our game.
For a second there, I thought you rage quit. I thought...
if you rage quit, then they win.
I thought...
How did you rage quit on me?
So here's what I thought. I thought that because I glitched out and died, Crazy's like, fuck this, fuck everything, I'm out. Pretty much.
I should just yelled, fuck everybody, and just...
Fuck you, you're cool.
Yeah, I'm cool. Fuck you.
Awesome. He's coming with you, man.
We could have played No Man's Sky, but you wanted to play Sea of Thieves, and now we got to deal with these dicks.
Fine. I will get it downloaded on my computer so we can play. Plus, my computer can handle it now, kind of. I know, I'm always sus. And going back to something...
what's your go-to game lately?
So... Right, I've started to catch a new love for Fortnite. When it first came out, I had to get it because everybody had it. But I couldn't quite get, I couldn't wrap my head around the fact of trying to have a shooter and an architect all in kind of one. So I'm just I couldn't figure it out, and I'm like, oh, this isn't for me because I can't build stuff and shoot at the same time. So I stopped. And of course, I've always been a Call of Duty fan. I think I've had every Call of Duty ever since, the original PlayStation had, a Call of Duty. Excuse me. But my go-to right now is Marbles on Stream, because you can get the best of both worlds. If you're not feeling the best and you don't want to kind of be in front of the camera, you can take it to the viewer side, and then you can also take it to the streamer or broadcaster side and be, and entertain your community. So I find an equilibrium in both of them, because I enjoy going on there and what they call damn it, it just slipped my mind. Being a grinder, where because you have so much energy, you have 20 points of energy. Every time you drop a ball on somebody's course, you give up a point of energy. But if you drop 4 balls on their course, you get all 4 of those energies back. So it's kind of like holding stake to say, hey, I'm going to at least drop 4 times on your course in order to get that energy back. But if you drop on too many courses and you hit 0, you're screwed. It doesn't matter if all that energy was coming back to you. As soon as you hit 0, everything's done for the day, and you have to wait until reset, which is at like 10 o'clock in the morning on Eastern time. So, but like I said, I enjoy it because I grind, and it's kind of like that cool competition where it doesn't matter. Like there is no, I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm smarter than you, because it's all luck and chance for the most part. So it's just kind of like silly competitiveness. But at the same time, I also like being in front of the camera and entertaining my community and engaging with people and just talking. So like what we're doing now is kind of what I do while I'm streaming my marbles, because I don't have to do anything but just hit a couple of keys and the click of a mouse.
Yeah, it's really easy to do.
Before you get going, Alan, just want to say, watch your back. NJ is gifting subs again.
I saw. Also, this is for Jay.
Just so everybody knows that.
Does it show?
Peach agreed that if we hit 25 subs, he's gonna let NJ smack the crap out of him on camera. They made a slap bet.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but there you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, imposter of the vent, what is your wisdom? Peach is sus. Eject him. I made that on the fly. Don't worry, everyone. I'll post it in the Discord.
There's a guy on Twitch. He goes by the name of Black Hack 2K. And I was watching him earlier today, and he made a logo of one of the Among Us characters, but put it like an Italian like a flag on him, and on the side put impasta. I was like, dude, I want that.
Man, I can say that the Among Us memes have almost are what made that game so popular.
Dude, yes. They're fucking hilarious. Every now and then, whenever I don't have TikTok, so I use Instagram Reels. It's the same thing, just shorter. Sure. Every like 5 or 7 reel videos, there's a Among Us meme, and they're fucking hilarious. Like they're just top notch. I
love that shit.
They're trying to take mercy on you.
Oh, guys. I just want to say thank you guys for all of those subs and new follows. Make sure to use those hype emotes in chat.
Oh, yeah. Sub hype. Come on.
Fuck yeah. Sub hype. There you go. You'll kind of see them on the screen. I'll work on that.
Everybody really wants to see you get slapped out.
I know. What the fuck? Next one's going to be you, Ethan. Next one's going to be you. Okay, so for the month of November, the deal is if we can get 50 subs from now until the end of November, NJ, my fiance, is gonna smack the shit out of me any way she wants, either front hand, backhand, her call.
Okay, is this like the Russian tournament where they hold on to the table and like they get like the like this, you know, or yeah, when you get to brace yourself, you know, for the knockout.
Nah, I'm just gonna close my eyes and say go.
It will be the slap heard around the world.
50 Shades of NJ on Peach.
This is getting off the rails. All right, let's bring this back.
Yeah, just
somebody clip that.
So one thing that you said earlier is it's really stuck out to me. So you said you were 37, right?
Yes.
I am turning 30 on Saturday, and I have to say that my mentality on video games is the exact same thing. I don't see myself ever quitting. I don't see myself ever like stepping away from it. Like, no, video games are an integral part of my life. That's how I grew up. I mean, shit, I played the original Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario World by myself and with my sister. She practically raised me. And I've been trying to do the same thing with, well, actually not trying. I've been doing the same thing with our son, and he's getting really big into video games too.
I seen you put up something about getting your modded GameCubes.
Oh yeah.
So on a side note, because I purchased Mario Party 1 through 3, right? And then I was looking at getting 4 through 7. It would cost me $450 to buy those games.
Why do you think I modded?
But it's like I looked all over and I searched so hard to find a black GameCube. I don't want to risk messing it up.
Dude, it's you. Okay. I have to pull it out only because you mentioned it. Oh shit. Okay, so I have a GameCube here that's still like pending rebuild because
I broke it.
I fucked up the motherboard components right where a chip goes, so it's supposed to go right here above my finger. All those pads are fucked, but I can order a completely new CD motherboard without having to solder anything else.
And you don't got to flash it or anything, or
no? The only thing I have to solder is the Xeno chip that goes right there. So there are a couple pads right there. It goes connected to some of them. What it does is the CD reader. It has code built into the onboard memory. Well, when you attach the Xeno chip, it injects additional code to auto. What's up? What do you say?
Sorry, keep talking.
Oh,
sorry.
Hey, Jay, don't make me get after you, bro. It is pending rebuild, but it is not broken. I can put it back together. Anyway, it injects the security code that is on the GameCube discs into the code so that it no longer has to check for it. So it can read any sort of disc. It's really nice.
Quick shout out to Iron Tech. He's 40. And that's who I want to be when I grow up.
You don't want to be Iron Tech when you grow up, man. I'm just kidding. Iron Tech's a badass guy.
Yeah, he is a role model.
There's not too many things I want to be now getting older. One of them is just be a 40-year-old gamer.
He's a 40-year-old gamer triathlon.
He's a 40-year-old gamer triathlon. That guy is something else.
Or a triathlete.
Yeah. So when I started playing video games back when I was a kid, I'm sure you've heard of ColecoVision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Atari?
Yeah.
I had them both.
No.
So like when Duck Hunt came out for Nintendo and Track and the original Mario Brothers, like now you can beat Mario Brothers in like 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And back then it took me like 15 days to get through the first because I couldn't grasp.
Tell me about it. I had to ask my sister for help.
That's funny. Like Duck Hunt was the first video game I ever played.
Yeah.
I don't know which was the first video game I've ever played. I don't know if it's Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers, because my sister had an NES, or if it was on the Game Boy, because I had my own Game Boy. Like the old school Game Boy. I loved that thing. I played Pokemon on that thing. Or maybe it was the Game Boy Pocket or Game Boy Color. One of those two. But I played on that thing. Tetris was the shit.
Double Dragon used to be my Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Double Dragon. That and Tetris. I think Tetris was everybody's shit.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Hold on. We're forgetting a very important game here. What about Paperboy?
The love of my life. I swear I got that mailbox. What the hell is that dog doing?
Who the fuck's this old man in the middle of the road? That car wasn't there before. That car never comes out there.
That car's done that to me every time.
Oh my god. Oh, fucking alley cats.
Dude,
Thanks, Marie.
So many good things back then, and like I know, I mean, not that there isn't any like beast games and legend games now. It's just if you didn't live back in that era and grow up with that, like you wouldn't appreciate what's here now, because like kids, I think now are looking at it going, really, is this it? Just like us with our parents, and they used to listen to cassette tapes. If you could put a pencil and a cassette tape together and ask them what's the simile between them, and half of them gonna look at you like that doesn't make any sense. But to the person that used them, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
It's like the old saying, be kind, rewind. And you do that to a kid now, and they're like, what?
Like rewind my Blu-rays or rewind my Netflix series? What are you talking about?
I think that was the downfall of civilization, when people stopped having to rewind and help other people.
Oh,
seriously.
All went downhill.
And you used to get nailed from Blockbuster and stuff if you didn't rewind their cassettes.
That's like a 30 or 50 cent charge, right?
Yeah. You had to put in your automatic rewind.
Hey, not all of us had a luxury of a rewind machine for our VHS tapes.
I think I still have one.
Yeah, it was either that or it took like 2 hours to rewind it just as much as it did play it forward.
Oh.
I got lucky and I found a Sony VHS player that's also a DVD player last year or the year before. And it was like top of the line at the time. So it still works now, and it just rewinds in like 5 minutes. It's awesome.
Like a old school player.
Yeah. Because, you got to teach the kids. You got to keep them educated.
Yeah, you have to. I mean...
Dude, I used to watch VHS so much, it would stretch the tape out, and then you'd get to a certain part in the movie, and it's like... It's like, you've stopped it there and rewound it way too many times at that point.
Oh, dude. I miss those days.
Yeah, things were easier.
It really was easier, even though it was harder and you had to like pull out a phone book, look for shit. There was a trend that was going around TikTok and Vine earlier this year where you go up to kids and you ask them, how do you answer a phone? Some would go, hello. Others would go, hello. The real OGs would say hello.
Hello? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you
look. Have you seen those little adapters? They have you plug it into your phone and you can just use an old school headset.
I remember that there are some Bluetooth ones that you could still use.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I found a working phone booth one time, and I had to take a picture of it because I was just like, this thing is together. Nobody smashed the windows out of it. There's not graffiti on the inside of it, and when I pick it up, there's a dial tone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I found one in Amarillo. Really? I found one in Amarillo. It didn't work, but it was still like mint, pristine condition.
Yeah. Yeah, I take pictures of it, and people are like, what are that? And I'm like, shut up. You don't belong on my page.
What are you taking a picture of trash for? Speaking of trash, my mom.
Okay, that was a good segue.
My mom had. It's not really trash. It's just an antique. But I mean, my mom had an old rotary phone growing up. She had two of them. She had one in her room, and she had one in the living room. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Or other way. Sorry, other way. That thing was so fucking loud. You could hear it outside. Dude. Yeah. My dad's old house, the house I grew up in, and it was even wired to an outside ringer. And it would just it would ring in the inside, diddle-diddling, but outside was like a fire alarm going off. I'm like, okay, we know the phone's ringing.
I don't care that much.
That house was also back where I lived. They used to, when I was younger, they had the roads weren't highways then; they were like RDs. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that was ever where you guys are at, where they road names now used to be like RD1, RD2.
We have farm to market.
Yeah. We're Texas, so we have farm to markets.
Okay, so they used to have party lines where you'd get like a block of people would all be on the same phone line. And if it was like, the first house, it'd be one ring, then they knew it was for them, 2 rings for the house next to them, and so on and so forth. But you'd pick up the line, and if somebody was talking, you'd hang up. So like while you're on the phone, you'd get like 15 pick up and hang up, because it was all one shared line. And I think that's what those big ass bells outside were for, was to let you like, hey, dude, either catch this or it's gone. Somebody else could be taking it.
Hold on, Johnson down the street's coming. He's in the field. Hold on.
Hey, get off the phone. I'm trying to get off the internet.
Oh, dude. Will you get the hell off the internet? I need to use the phone.
If it makes you feel any better, my girlfriend still uses AOL email.
Oh. Dude, my face on my MySpace was set up through AIM Mail, and they discontinued it, and I didn't know it, and I went to go try to sign into MySpace, and I was like, oh, I'll just recover my password, and it was like, it had everything blocked out, AIM, and I was like, fuck my life. I will never get to it again, because I don't know the password.
Yeah, Go ahead.
I'm screwed on my Xbox because you have so many transfers for your gamer tag as you move up, and I have one more, and I can't get in to change anything because it's a Yahoo I made when I was like 12 years ago, and so I don't have access to it because they've deleted the account. It's like,
just create a new account. If they deleted the account, you can create a new account. I have that issue, but it's different. I no longer have my Hotmail email, and there's one thing that I need to get into, but I can no longer create it because I already discontinued the email. I did it myself, and I fucked myself.
Right. See, I've had my my Hotmail is still an MSN.com email, and I've had it. Well, I was in the Marine Corps in 2001 to 2005, and I think I started that in like 2002. So I've had it for better part of 18 years. I get like every day I look at that and it's got like 400 emails. So I just go through it as like mass delete because there's only one email in there that I'm gonna need one day. So I still keep it around, but other than that, I'm just like, God, I just want that part of my life to be gone.
I'm ready for the next stage.
I never signed up for it.
Where you just put your finger on your computer and it logs everything in for you.
Yeah.
I saw one of those gun safes yesterday and I almost bought it.
With a fingerprint reader?
Yeah, it's a little thumbprint reader. It holds your handgun. Bam. Good to go.
Nice.
My buddy's got one that does that. It's like the American. He bought it all. He's seen it on Facebook and bought it. It's like $200, but it was an RDF reader. And it was the American, like a wooden American flag, and he put the chip in his fucking hand. I don't understand what the hell went through it, but now all he does is just waves his hand over it, and the thing opens up, and it's got 2 guns in it and like extra magazines, and I'm just like that That's part's amazing. Really cool. The hand thing disturbs me. But you decided to do scalp surgery.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. We've researched it for one of our other podcasts because there's a lady where she was talking about it, and she built the whole system in her house. But she built everything, and she had so whenever she went and touched a doorknob, it automatically unlocked and let her in. So when she had parties, it kept people out of the rooms, and it kept people like confined to certain areas.
And the people that were visiting would get this wristband that would go around, their wrist, nowhere else, sure. And they'd have to like hold it up to the door frame, and it would either keep it locked or unlock it. I thought that was really genius, especially if I have a massive house or billionaire mansion, Playboy type of shit. But for everyone else, I don't.
20 men.
Yeah.
Right. So. You said you've been streaming just for a couple months, but you seem extremely, popular and successful. And I know a lot of our viewers are streamers. We focus on the streamer aspect, not the watcher aspect, more or less. But what is a good tip you could give them to help grow their brand a little better?
A lot of it's cliche because it's. there's only to me, I feel like there's only like a few things that you really have to do, but it's not the fact of how many there are. It's the fact that you do them, and when they don't work, that you don't stop doing them. Mm-hmm. So one of them is like, it's keeping a schedule. It doesn't have to be a big schedule. I know mine changes from week to week, so I'm constantly in there moving my days back and forth. It could be 3 days, it could be 1 day, it could be nothing, depending on what I'm looking at. When I get laid off, it'll be a completely different story, because then my day's pretty much wide open. But one of them is keeping a schedule. 2 of them is being authentic. I see like there's some people it works for to make like an alter ego. I don't know what all their names are. I know there's a guy that's got like black hair and he's wild, like 80s shades.
I know who you're talking about, Dr. Disrespect.
Something.
Yeah. He's not allowed on Twitch anymore.
He'll be on Facebook Gaming from now on. He's going to Facebook Gaming.
Yeah. So and then there's there's a couple of them. Speaking of which, going back and forth, that guy Ninja, I guess, left and went to Mixer and then came back to Twitch, or he went to Facebook Gaming and came back.
He came back to Twitch. He's on Twitch.
Yeah, I seen him on there the other day, and I was like, I thought you left and like hated this platform, but either way, there's some.
It really does.
Having that alter ego, but it's really being authentic, because to me, I think it's more relatable. I also have my own business, so I kind of take that into the same aspect of, and you have to be a people person. To me, being like I console some of my games, and I don't have a camera up there, which is all fine and dandy, because I at least put my mic on, so that way I can talk and still somehow interact. I see a lot of people that console game, or put some really ragged system together, and I know that it works. I know people. I'm not going to judge anyone on how they have their system set up, because what their walk of life is, I don't know. I know what my personal walk is, and I notice that when I have my face on there, I get more interact. Like if I'm doing my stream from the streamer side, and I kind of don't want to talk to anybody for that day, or I'm not in the mood, then I usually just keep my camera off, but I'll put it on there like no cam today or something.
At least you give people warning.
Yeah, and that's all that it is. It's just being authentic, getting some kind of a schedule down, and just being nice. Like I can't tell you how many times I've been on somebody's stream, and it's not even the fact that they're rude. It's that their personality is just toxic, and I don't even want to. Like they're playing the game that I like, and they're doing everything that I like, except when they open their mouth, I'm like, I have to mute them, because I can't stand them talking. But then I'm like, then why the hell am I sitting here watching them? Because I have no idea. Like I don't have that personal react. So then I go to somebody else's stream, and they do a lot of judging and a lot of just nasty stuff, and I got to think about who could be watching me, not exactly who I want my audience to be. It's more of who my audience could be, which is why I changed my name from official MF CEO to Rogueone TV, because when my son heard what MF stood for, like it didn't take a genius, because he just gave me that stank eye, like, Dad. I thought we're not allowed to say that word around
fucking
here.
Kids.
I just got my ass beat last week.
And I said to my wife, and I'm like, yeah, I changed my name. And she's like, I knew you were going to, because you knew I didn't like it. And I'm like, I thought it was cool at first. But it didn't work out. So I mean, those are my 3 like solid go-tos, because the schedule thing, I mean, if you can't tell your people when you're going to be on, they're not going to be able to find you.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's some people that I know what their schedule is, and I like a big one is Headsnap TV. He's a huge gamer in Marbles on stream. He streams for like 14 hours a day, and I know when he comes on and when he gets offline. So whenever I'm on there to grind, I try to be on at the same time he is, because I know that I will be. He usually grinds for like 100 games and then he gets off. But that's what other people will do. If they like you, they will follow you. They will get your schedule down, and they will try to be on when you're on.
Yeah, join the Discord. Make sure to follow you on Twitter. It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean it's.
I didn't know what Discord was. I mean, I played with it for a little bit, but I didn't really know the power of it until I started gaming and realized how many people have them. And then when you do get them, like how much great stuff is on your Discord. You know, and then when you mash it all together, it's just like now it all makes sense and it's just kind of working for you. So it's, you know, you take one step at a time. You don't have to learn everything at one chunk, but you just have to start somewhere and just keep moving forward. You know, ask questions. Most gamers will tell you the answer because they want to see everybody succeed. There's not one person out there like that's going to say, I don't want to tell you the answer because you're going to beat me. Like, you know, out of the 7 billion people in the world, like I'm not going to get, I'm not going to be like, no, my 600 viewers, you can't have them.
I get that. I mean, you can't stifle competition when it's only going to make you better. You know, if someone comes up with something that's, you know, possibly better entertainment, it's up to you to make your content more entertaining than theirs.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah. I mean, and that's, like I said, that's just those are my 3 things that I go to, and I constantly got to stick with them. Because if you don't, and if, like I said, even if they're not working, you just have to keep repetition, keep on using it, keep working with it.
Yeah, and speaking on Discord on that too, I mean, that's the biggest thing is using Discord. Like I know,
hey, what's up, little man?
Hi.
I know we've really been pushing our Discord and working on our Discord the last couple months. And
I have to go to bed.
Okay, I love you too.
Good night.
I know, it's a little hot.
Night, sleep
This is
tight.
Cool Kids Official. He
Cool
gave
Kids Efficient.
I followed him on YouTube.
I was gonna say he could probably outgame all of us.
Yeah, definitely.
He loves throwing up some roadblocks and Minecraft on there. So
Did you see those fingers? They looked quick.
this kid put in like 2.5 hours of work today, man. And he got up there and said, "Wow, that was long."
Yeah, I mean, we do. So we stream this live.
Right,
you know,
May
we
the
do
force
1
be with
hour
you.
every Wednesday on this one, and it's like this is a toll it takes on us doing this. I couldn't imagine streaming daily.
I know.
I remember I used to do it. That was tough, but I mean, it was a different time in my life.
Right. I mean, and it's to everybody. I mean, the whole thing about this is that you make your own community. You know, you're not. You can look at somebody else's. And when I was in the military, I was always told that you're going to find some good people out there and you're going to find some bad people out there. What you can do is you take the good from either of them, you put them together, and you make your own person. And that's how you move forward with it. Same thing with all these other streams. You find something that works for you. You find something that doesn't. You try it, and if it doesn't work for you, you know not to use it again. It's pretty much, you know, simple with anything you do in life. You touch that hot pad once and it burns you, you know not to touch it again.
Exactly.
So
I don't remember if it's hot or not. Let me go check.
But I can say with I can say with us doing this and everything that we've gone and the people we've met some amazing people like Iron Tech, who's he busts his ass. I mean, he streams daily almost. He helps us every chance he gets. Steve-O and Madcat, they've been amazing. And I mean, it's just the connections we've made doing this as just we wouldn't be anything without them.
Yeah,
sure.
And there are several other people in our community that have been amazing as well. Extreme Cook is one of them. The guy is fucking like whatever you think of hype level, his is like up fucking here. But the guy is a genuinely nice person. Like if I knew him, like for real, like if he was a neighbor, we'd be chill. I'd invite him over for drinks.
My only issue with him is he streams so late.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, is like some of the diamonds in the roughs, are the ones that are on when the whole world is sleeping.
Yeah.
It sucks because like I there's some nights where I can't sleep and I'll go on there just to kind of to like wear my eyes out so that I can close them. And I find some good streamers and I'm like, shit, man, why aren't you available? And then I realize like they're in Australia or something and like that's their during the day. And
dude,
it's like that sucks.
The same thing happened to me this past week.
Yeah, we talked about a future guest, and we were talking about him going in researching, and then we're like, "Oh crap, he's from the Philippines. There's a 13-hour difference."
Yeah,
but that's been the biggest thing, I guess. Is I don't know when's the best time. That we've been trying to work it out. I don't know when's the sweet spot of time for you.
So like now, if I was on the streaming side, now would be a good time for me to play my tilting side of marbles because they've already grinded all day long or grounded, whatever that
grind. I get it. I grind at GTA 5, so I get the terminology.
So they've already grind like all day long, and those were usually the people that couldn't sleep in Australia, and they were up. That was their 2:00 in the morning. But now is when you don't find those people on. There might be one or two, and the people that are done work and they want to play, or their kids are down, and now is their time to like unwind. Like now to me, if you're a gamer or if you produce like that kind of content, is the best time to be on, especially if you're looking for groups, because the whole world now is off of work for the most part. But now if I was on the other end of my marbles game, I usually want to watch and be the viewer during the day because that's when all of your alter egos are on there. Where you get like the entertainment part of that because that's what they do full time. Headsnap is he's a producer. He has his own band. He's done music for Ozzy Osbourne, Alice in Chains.
Damn.
Yeah, he's done it all. I mean, he's been in the business for 30 years or so, and him and the lead singer of Drowning Pool used to sit on docks and smoke cigarettes before he was even known singer and even joined the band Drowning Pool. That was ever a thing.
Wow.
So his theme song is Horns Up from Drowning Pool, from their self-titled album. So like and he has the rights to that song. Like he's got the blessing from them to play it on his stream, and he doesn't get docked for copyrights. So he knows those producers. He knows what he can and can't play. And then we have Jasmine Kane, who is a big streamer on Twitch. She also gave everybody the blessing to use her music on there because we're self-promoting her. So it's good stuff, especially like when you're like with marbles, you can keep the background noise going, and it's like two forms of entertainment. You don't have to keep watching to get that form of entertainment. You can do it just for the music, like especially while I'm at work. I'll play marbles. I might not be grinding, but I'll listen to it just because I have music in the background.
Right.
That's a plus for me. So
like it just makes sense for you to be able to like if I were a producer or a music songwriter of anything of the sorts, if the company that I contracted with to make the music is like, hey, there's this streamer over here using your music, I don't give a fuck. That's just name recognition. I mean, look at Logic. Sure. He went from doing music and then said, I'm not going to do music anymore. I'm going to stream. He owns all of his music, so he gets to play it on his stream.
Sure.
And he still makes money off of his music.
And I do get the royalties part of it because, so for example, like if you're with Spotify, right? You as a listener, if a song comes on, you get counted as one play or a turn or whatever you want to call it. So if you're broadcasting it and 10,000 people are listening to that all counts as only just one turn versus 10,000 turns that those people. So that's why everybody's completely against it. Why Metallica went after Napster. I mean, every band will say Napster ruined, the bands and music because they started the whole streamlined sharing music files and stuff, and they weren't getting their cuts from royalties anymore. So
Napster didn't ruin music. Napster showed light into a, I guess, loophole to where artists realize, hey, I'm not making as much money as I should be. Right. And I mean, that's the bottom line. You're an artist. You're selling your music. You want to make money off of your music.
Yeah, but then again, nowadays, like, if you look at Twitch, like, look what we're doing on Twitch. People used to be paid to do that on cable TV, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, so many musicians now have transferred to more producing and distributing their own music. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of positive came out of it. I think it was just a good shift that happened, and it just sucked at the time.
It definitely took a while. Mm-hmm. It was it was a really long curve instead of just a spike up or down. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of stuff did come out of it. And I mean, if we know now what we should have known then, which is what everybody says, artists didn't make a lot off of album sales. They made it off of tours, merchandise, things like that. So to lose that 10 cents for the album, and to put it on Spotify or Amazon Music, where people get a turn and you still get that same royalty, how, I don't remember when that came out. I mean, like the late 90s when Napster was a thing?
Yeah, late 90s. That's late 90s, maybe early like 2000s. That. And I mean, this is a band shirt. This is a merchandise for a band called Bayside. Okay. Fiance and I were supposed to go watch them. It's their 20 Years of Bad Luck tour. Got canceled. It was this year.
They have the bad luck.
they caused the bad. It's a badass shirt. Like the same design right here is on the back. I'll show you. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it or not. Mm-hmm. And like they're a great artist. And I mean,
that shirt.
No, I love this shirt. I love this shirt.
The pandemic is that shirt's fault.
Hey, the pandemic is everyone's fault for not wearing a goddamn mask. Where's y'all's mask?
You've been watching too much CNN, all right?
No, I haven't been watching enough CNN.
I know they were saying that today, and I was just like, come on, guys, really? Like, I'm pretty sure we all did everything we possibly could. It's an unknown pandemic. Like,
right.
Give a little bit of
we didn't know.
Like, it's not like you were in Wuhan.
On your door, it's like, hey, can I stay for a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, just keep it hush hush, okay? The kids are sleeping.
Yeah. Don't tell the wife.
It's. Let's not even get started on that topic. I mean, shit, we can be all night talking about that.
That's an issue here. Let's deviate back to video games. So
yeah.
I have a question for Crazy has a question for you, but I'm going to ask it for him.
All right.
PS5 or Series X?
PS5.
Really? Even after like everything that's going out in the last 3 weeks or so with PlayStation?
The ugly UI, the chat recording, the possibility of the PS5 continuing to record you even after you're not playing video games.
I mean, I'm not going to be the first person to run out there and get the very first PlayStation 5.
Fair. Smart.
I've never been that person to run out there and get the very first one because I know my chances of having a fucked up system is probably a lot greater. I'm going to let some other moron go out there and spend the money and have to get it refurbished and all this other shit. I'd rather just wait and see what happens. On the other side, I've always had a secret relationship with Xbox because of how it's from Microsoft and it just blends well with everything technology. Mm-hmm. I feel like I've always liked PlayStation because it was my very first console when it came to the split off between them two. But I've had both sides of that except for the Xbox One. That's the only one I haven't had from Xbox. So if the PlayStation 5 only because it's supposed to play all the games from PlayStation 4, but PlayStation 4 was supposed to be able to do that with PS3.
And it didn't.
They completely fucking goofed that up too.
I remember when the PS3. Sorry, go ahead.
No, well, I'm just saying about all the money that I lost in those games because I kept them. Mm-hmm. And then if I would have known that they weren't allowed to play on that, I would have helped put those in for my trade-in when I went and bought my new one. but they didn't. And then I was just like, all right, what do I do with all these, coffee mug holders now? They don't do anything.
And that was like, so I have one of the first gen PlayStation 3s that still is backwards compatible, but then I think it was only like the first production models.
Yeah.
Like the first gen, and then after that they got rid of it. I don't know why.
It had to be something with porting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the 4, because when I sign on the PlayStation, it gives me a thing pops up, and it's like, this can play backwards and forwards. I think when I play Madden, it'll pop up and say like, this will be compatible with PlayStation 5. I'm just like, okay. Now I don't know if that's every game. I'm assuming it would be if you have the option to buy just a digital copy of the PlayStation and then the CD-ROM version, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be, because that's just downloading software, the game. So I wouldn't see why not. But yes, to your point, Crazy, is with all that other shit that is going on, like I'm really been on the fence, because it's leaving a sour taste in my mouth for one of the things that I love. And
that's the one thing.
I'll eventually buy one just because I collect video game systems. So even if I don't play it, it's going to be there as a part of the collection. But
that's a real expensive paperweight.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll at least get like 2 or 3 games to play it, I'm certain.
I do. I usually get like the 3 or 4 games that I like. But
there you go.
Speaking on Extreme Cook, since he wants to hop in and drop 300 bits.
Nice. Thank you, Extreme. That's real generous of you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, buddy.
You ever see the meme of I think it was one of the guys from Sunny, it's not Sunny in Philadelphia or whatever, where he's standing there like this, and he's got the map in the background.
Yeah,
Charlie.
Like, I feel like that's people, like, after they get the PlayStation 5, they're gonna be like, so I figured out how this thing's not gonna be able to record me. So I put tape over this, and then I put chicken wire over this, and I wear my little hat. I think it'll all work out.
Oh my God. I don't know how to feel about it. With all the censorship that we've felt lately, is just like, can't they just let us be for just a little bit?
Leave Britney alone.
Really? Like, it's depressing the way that, and it doesn't, like, I think if we all, like, just stepping back, like, into the grand scheme of things, like, why do we find ourselves always trying to make shit so complicated? Like,
exactly.
Why, even coming down to government rule, to, like, just what the hell does it matter? Particularly, I don't want anybody knowing what fucking shows I like to watch.
Right.
Same thing with what I search for on the internet. Like, I feel like there is nobody out there that needs to know that. Not saying that I'm looking how to make bombs or anything, but I'm just like, you now know my forte of what I like to look at in the midnight hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's it's like,
sometimes I want to Google stupid shit and I don't want to be judged for it.
Right. I like fucking, like, kittens that are funny, and I'm not a kitten guy. Okay, my dog will bitch smack me.
I remember this one joke. It's kind of a history joke. Whenever the year 3000 starts to analyze what we did in the early 2000s, all they're gonna find is just early worshipping depictions of cats on the internet. Like, why?
I'm okay with that.
Why did millions of people spend time watching this kitty cat play on a piano? Let's analyze that. Let's really dig into that. It's fucking funny. It was entertaining.
Now, I actually have that question. How many hours have been spent on Piano Cat? I'm just curious.
You know what? I'm going to do a quick Google search.
I bet you it'll break the internet.
Have been spent watching Piano Cat. Let's see what the good old Google has to say.
Have you seen the show Ridiculousness?
Yes, I love that show.
Okay.
No,
we were just watching it. Me and my wife were watching it before I came down here. and I was literally pissing my pants over these 3 little poodle dogs sitting on, and they had costumes on, and they had little guitars, and like you hear they're playing like Mexican salsa music, like ding, and all of a sudden all 3 dogs look to the one side, and you hear this little ding, and they all look back to the other side, and we were up there hysterical. And I'm like, why is this so goddamn funny? It's just dogs in costumes.
And then you see a Chihuahua go, ah! I'm just kidding. I'm sorry if that was too loud, everyone. I had to.
So Puzzled Scarlet in our chat, she streams in a unicorn onesie sometimes. And she has her little dog in his own unicorn onesie.
It's funny because her dog's a German breed. It's a Schnauzer.
Yeah.
He hates life.
No, he just hates his life.
We're twins.
You mean you're putting this shit on me again?
But he's like an old elderly dog on top of it, so
he's turning senile.
He can't. Yeah. He's like, wait, am I a unicorn?
I feel like I should be questioning everything now.
Well, I was just
we can open it up to chat. Both, I guess, your chat, our chat. If anyone has any questions, if they want to get to know anybody or learn anything, we are open for Q&A.
Let us A your Q's.
I don't think he loves it. I've seen his face.
Me? No,
sorry, I'm arguing with her over chat now.
Extreme, you missed a lot. You missed about an hour and 11 minutes. Well, maybe like an hour and 5 minutes. How can I put this like really quickly in a couple of seconds? This is the Rogueone. I forgot how I introduced you. Was it Rebel Scum Rogueone?
Yes.
Yeah, the Rebel Scum Rogueone. He is 37 years old, or young. Let's go with 37 years young. Plays video games, doesn't plan on quitting, prefers a PS5 over an Xbox, plays marbles on stream.
Marbles on stream.
Stream, thank you.
Yeah.
And he's an overall chill guy. We've been talking for a minute. Let's see. Extreme agrees with you.
So NJ wants to know, what is your favorite overall game of all time?
One you can play over and over?
Which one?
Yeah, Call of Duty. Which one? I can't throw it to a single one. If I mean, probably Modern Warfare 2. I think has always been my, because like when the remastered one came out, like I didn't think anything of it. I just take my money and I bought it, and I was like, I have the regular copy and I have the remastered copy. Why did I do that?
I get that.
I mean, a lot of people give it slack, but Advanced Warfare was at least different and fun to play at the time.
Sure.
I never played it. I never got a chance to play it, but I understand.
Also, the robot was named Ethan, so it just,
Oh, okay. It touched you right here.
Yeah.
And the squiggly spooch.
I feel represented.
And
somebody just informed me that I didn't have my mic on this whole time.
No.
That sucks.
They can hear us now.
Yeah.
Now.
Also, I'm not going to give you any beef over buying the remastered version. I owned a copy, a digital copy for Steam of, what's it called? Skyrim?
Yeah.
When they announced and released the remastered version, I went and put money down on it. I didn't care. I put the $30 down on it. It's a great game. I love Skyrim.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to be a sneaky archer again.
I've seen it and everything like purchase. Shit, what did I just do?
I have the original Final Fantasy VII on up, but I bought the remakes on my Switch just so I can play mobile.
Just get yourself a PS Vita, dude. You can play it on there.
I have a PSP, okay? If I can't play it on my PSP, I don't care.
I had a PS Vita. The thing, It was such good technology. They just didn't utilize it very well.
Right. Yeah. I feel like there was a ball that was severely dropped on that.
I think the Move was also.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole moving technology, the Kinect. I love the Kinect on the Switch. I mean, it was or the Play or Xbox. It was fun.
My sister
I never really get to try the Move.
Yeah.
But it did feel like it turned your PlayStation into a Wii.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's what they were doing. That was one of their competitors, and they decided to, you know what? Let's show how Nintendo should have done it.
I'll tell you what, if I ever found a bocce tournament, I know I'd be a goddamn pro at it from playing bocce ball. Because there's only a couple of games that you could use those controllers with, and we found one, and it was like throwing like frisbee golf and regular golf, and then there was like volleyball, and then there was bocce ball. And I was just like, I've never played this game before, but I know I'm a goddamn pro now.
My dad still plays Wii bowling.
Nice.
Hey, don't judge Wii bowling. That game is fucking awesome.
We were over a while back, and he's like, "Hey, did you take my Wii?" I was like, "No, I have my own. Why would I take yours?" He goes, "I can't find it." I was like, "It's literally right there in the entertainment center, hooked up. You know, it's right there. Here, you want to play?"
He's like, "Yeah, let's play that 100 pins."
Bowling.
I love it.
I got a question here from Extreme. What do you do on your time off? What do you do in your spare time? Sorry.
My spare time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I work full time as a blacktop plant operator.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the one who makes asphalt that they go and lay on the roads.
Nice.
That takes up a majority of my time during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But during the winter or the spring, winter, fall era, I own my own apparel printing company.
That's pretty cool.
DLW Apparel. So that before this whole thing where I'm, at home studying with my son and being a teacher and Mr. Mom and stuff, that's what I would do for my spare time. I love trying new things. I love messing up and learning new ways to do stuff. Learning how to screen print, use vinyl, sublimation printing. So yeah, I turned a hobby. What originally what happened was there was an event going on, and I tried to get t-shirts from somebody, and they were like, they're $25 a piece. And I was like, for 15 t-shirts, I ain't got that kind of cash flow.
Are you shitting me? $25 for 15 t-shirts each?
Yes. So so that was pretty much what, from this person making them and passing them down the line to this person, then passing them down to the net. So that's how it became $15 because the last person had to make their cut.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that I was going to try to learn how to make my own t-shirts. Well, it started off with getting a vinyl cutter and making vinyls. Then it started with getting screens and ink, and then learning how to screen print. And now I've got a sublimation printer, and I'm just like, now I need freaking employees.
I know, to fill in all these official millennial orders.
Because I mean, like people that are in my Discord, the Discords that I'm in, they get their logos and their Twitch information put on white T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So then I send it to them. The one guy that's in with me right now, CC Punishment, he's on my side. I just sent him a bunch of T-shirts that he had his logo put on it, and then on the bottom and gave like his web address so that they can go find him. So on my website, I do the same thing for anybody that has used my service to make them a T-shirt. Instead of going through like Stream Elements or Slobs or anything like that, they can come straight to me and they get all their profit. I make $1 off the T-shirt, and that's just for the couple of minutes that it took for me to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So I give them the profit because it helps me, because I put my logo on the sleeve, so it helps me get my name out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do for them, because they're a part of my community. So that's my way of saying thank you and giving back.
That is one hell of a way
awesome.
to give back. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's above and beyond what most people would do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, quick stories. My business, the DLW stands for Deadlift Warriors. I thought about this while I was at a gym, and I was like, oh, how cool would it be to make gym apparel? Excuse me. So I was like, okay, what would go with the gym theme? And I'm like, Deadlift Warriors. Well, deadlift just because I was thinking about like push-ups or like anything like that. For some reason, deadlift just sounded badass.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm a big advocate for helping veteran suicide, and we have a couple of nonprofits in the Reading, Pennsylvania area that me and my wife also help with, and it's just to help get food to veterans, clothing. Purple Heart Foundation, or the Fraternal Order of the Purple Heart Foundation, something along that lines. We donate all the clothing we can to them because it goes to families that don't have it, or for whatever reason. Donate clothing and used goods or slightly used goods, appliances, and so on and so forth, and they'll come pick them up, and then you can use them as a tax write-off. So I encourage anybody, if they want to use that service, just look it up on I think it's just Google Purple Heart Foundation, and it'll come up, and then you can find out it's through Green Drop. Anyway, so when I thought about the name and like really thought about it, I came up with why this thought kind of manifested in my head is there's deadlift in the workout area in the gym. It's literally bending at the waist and lifting up an insane amount of weight from a bent over position, and you're just standing up with it. That's pretty much what it is. So there's people out there, single moms, single dads, people with some kind of disability, depression, anxiety, PTSD, death of a loved one, bankruptcies, divorce. Those are all weights that people can't see. And even though I can look at you and say you can deadlift 400 pounds, you've been to the gym, you go to the gym religiously, you've been working out for years, you can handle that. But to the wife that just lost her husband and has to now be a single mom, or to one that is divorced and now is a single parent, or whatever the case is, now that has a disability, they have to wake up every morning and lift that weight of whatever their problem is. And it's not just anything drastic too. It's the simplest of problems. You have to wake up and you got to lift that weight every time and carry it around all day long. And at the end of the day, you put that weight down, you go to bed, you wake up and you put it back up again. That to me is where the deadlift warrior came in, because I feel like everybody can benefit from that mindset, is that, we're thinking about everybody out there that has to do that day in and day out. And not just because they choose to go to the gym and work out, it's because they don't have another opportunity or another way out to go about their day. They have to pick that weight up. So to me, that's what a true warrior represents, and that's where that manifested, and kind of we took it off from there. So,
God damn, just I hats off to you, man. That is one hell of, I don't know if that's a mission statement, but it sure as hell should be.
I mean,
but
Alan's been a single parent. He can speak to what it takes.
I know what me and my wife go through. I mean, we're married, we have 2 kids, and we can barely do it. And the way that this world is today, it makes it hard on everybody. And my business was put in place before this ever happened. So, it speaks volumes now, because now it's everybody has a weight that they have to pick up, regardless on what you've got going on. And if you had a weight before, it's now 10 times heavier. So yeah, to me, it's personal, because I've had Marines of mine take their own life because they didn't know if there was a way out. the voices in their head were stronger than the voice out, from outside. And yeah, I feel like there's a better way. Everybody needs to understand the pain that one another goes through. And I don't think we put ourselves in those positions often enough. We don't sit in somebody else's seat. We don't walk in somebody else's shoes, and realize that, just because, you might get a kickback from, baby daddy. No, it must be so much easier because they get a free paycheck. Yeah, well, they don't have the extra hands to help with the kids, make the daily, I'm on disability. I get paid $4,000 a month, but you don't have legs, man. Fuck the $4,000 a month. I'd like to have my legs.
Yeah.
So, it's just shit like that. I don't think we think about that enough.
No, we don't.
No, absolutely not. We take all this kind of shit for granted.
That's not bringing color or ethnic backgrounds or anything. I'm just talking plain, straight, black and white paper. Just with problems. I mean, that other stuff is a whole nother can of worms that I will.
It doesn't matter. Like, ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You don't have your legs.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. It's not like, you're black. Your leg didn't matter as much as this guy. The fact is, $4,000 or not, or whatever, it's just a number. I'd rather have my legs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My wife died tomorrow. I don't give a shit what her fucking health insurance would be. I want my wife, because I'm going to be damaged for the rest of my life. And that's just, it's just a weight, it's.
I get that. That's a really noble cause to, one, start making shirts, and two, to like make that a business. It's extremely noble, and I just want to say hats off to you. And I don't know if I said this or not, but thank you for your sacrifice and your service.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it. It was my honor.
I mean, Extreme said it best when he said, I didn't watch this whole podcast, but this guy is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, truly, you're an amazing human being. You should be the kind of person that we strive to be whenever we consider charities and such.
I mean, I got my own flaws too, and don't let that don't let that go without saying, because I suffer from depression and things that I've seen. I'm not diagnosed with PTSD or anything like that yet. But depression is definitely that. Social anxiety, believe it or not, is one, but I have to take medications for. And it's not even like the prime example. I could be in a room full of 100 people and feel completely cool about it. I go to the grocery store with my mask on, I lose my shit from the word, from the clicking of my car door. For some reason, I get sweaty. I start breathing heavier. I don't know what it is. It's just certain things put me in that area, and I come home and I'm like drenched in sweat, and don't understand why. I don't know why that makes it that way.
And I mean, I work with guys who've been hit with IEDs. My brother-in-law, he served in Big Red 1 in the first wave into Iraq. And I mean, we've been out on the town, hanging out. The wind picks up. It's a little dust. I've seen him yell "dust storm" and dive under a truck, like, and it's just, I guess,
some things
healing.
Are just,
it's on us to help any way we can with them dealing with that, because he's only suffering from that because he was protecting us. You know what I mean? That's my mindset heading towards it. So hearing all the good work you do, I don't know, it warms my heart.
Yeah.
And the people that come out and they go, well, they chose that. Well, we did choose that. And we chose to protect what we love, which is our red, white, and blue. Unfortunately, we planned on coming out with everything that we went in with. Unfortunately, we leave without a piece of us. If between Desert Storm 1 and Desert Storm 2, if you did your 4-year contract in between those periods, you probably came home with all your marbles. Congratulations. And before that, between whatever would be Korea and Desert Storm, like if you were in between those areas, You came home with all your marbles. You know, it just some people still come home from the desert and they want to go back because that's their place of normalcy. They love the chaos. They love the fact that they're in the hunt. You know, and others, they go over there and it's like it completely changes them, and most of the times it's for the worst. You know, when I first came home, my brother set off a firecracker at my house, and I damn near broke my mom's back door because I heard that boom, and my first instinct was to hit the ground, but I was trying to go into the house, and I just screw the handle and just jumped through the freaking door. So
it's a fight or flight. Yeah. I can never say it without stuttering or fucking it up, but I get it. I have friends who've gone and who've come out different, so I understand like the entire concept.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, but it was an honor to serve though, because if I didn't, I don't think I wouldn't be where I'm at for sure. I wouldn't have the love of my children and my wife. I would be on another path somewhere else. But the path I was headed down when I first signed up for the Marines was not a path that I would have wanted to see the outcome of. That's for sure. And the people that I still talk to from my childhood are still doing the same damn shit. And they're still sitting on the same street corners, still smoking the same dope, working the job that doesn't piss test them. And it's just like, that's not me. You know, if they ever legalize marijuana up here for recreation purposes, I might think about it. But other than that, I have no ambition to want to ever go back to that person. It's just, those days are done. I'm done being a scientist.
Hey, in my opinion, if you sign up to fight for this country, you should be able to drink at 18 and smoke whatever you want at that point.
You used to be able to, and people fucked that up a long time ago. So they would go to other countries and then they'd get drunk and silly and act up, and then they stopped that from happening. But I don't think 3 years makes you any more mature. I mean, if you served, they break you down in boot camp and they build you back up. If you were immature when you went in, you are no longer immature. So I don't see what the difference is. But hey, it is their own, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess no one else has any questions. I'm pretty out of questions. Alan, you got any questions?
Nah. I don't have any questions. I'm just gonna run this outro music.
I just wanted to do the shout out. We do have tell everyone, get out, vote, whatever your political beliefs, whatever, your voice does matter. Your voice, get out and express your opinion.
I don't care which one of whomever is running in your county, state, or in our country. Vote. It doesn't matter, because one thing that will matter is that if you don't vote and you start bitching about the current administration, you lose that right to bitch about the current administration.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. You might not think it means anything, but it's your greatest privilege as an American citizen is being able to vote.
Honestly, I like the fact that New Zealand and Australia tax people more if they don't vote. I'm totally on board for doing that here. Yeah, they do.
Wow. You know, maybe we should take some lessons from other countries. I think we would probably make out a lot better.
Yeah. Just, there are too many idiots here, but tell us where we can find you. Plug anything that you want right here, right now.
Any shout outs, anything.
So if you want to check out my merchandise, it's at dlwapparel.com. You can find me on Twitch. My name is Rogueone _ TV. You can find me on Instagram at Rogueone _ TV. You can tweet at me, Rogueone _ TV. That's pretty much where you can find me.
Awesome. Fuck, how do you spell
apparel? And you can always find us on Twitter of Jerks. We're of _ Jerks on Twitter. We're official millennials on Twitch because we do stream other podcasts covering other different topics on Twitch. So, hey, if you liked what you see here, help support us.
Yeah. And if you're watching a playback of this over on YouTube, head over to our Twitch channel. Make sure to give us that follow.
Sometimes it gets so hard because like if you say sub, well, sub on YouTube means different than on Twitch. You know,
Yeah.
Sub if you want. Fuck it. Sub to us wherever you're at. On YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter. We'll get that sub button on Twitter. All right.
Wait, we can ask NJ? Can we count YouTube subs towards the slap?
No, has to be Twitch subs.
Oh.
I'll make that a rule right now. Hey, Rogues, thank you for being on with us. Everyone who's still here in chat, thank you so much for being here. You guys, we do this for you guys and to chat with other streamers because it's nice to talk to people sometimes.
I appreciate you guys having me. This was a blast. I loved it.
And it all comes back to what you were talking about earlier about being genuine. And I always felt like this gives the viewers the best chance to get to know you and I don't know, build that personal connection that makes them want to stick around.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, I'm what you see is what you get. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. There's no hidden agenda behind me. So, yeah, I'm as stupid during the day as I am at night. And all the mistakes I make because they're genuine mistakes, and then that's pretty much I don't try to act like I'm perfect. I'm far from it, and I don't think anybody is. So
I can agree with that. Also, how do you expect to learn if you don't make mistakes?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. I feel like I have a very young soul because he don't know what the hell he's doing sometimes.
But he's trying.
He's doing his best. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Thank you.